Hello, and welcome to Tales from a Nerd. I'm your host, a random nerd 2016 slash Kevin. And of course, this is the weekly podcast where I talk about the books coming out this weekend. We're going to be talking about the books that are coming out this week, March 30th and 31st. For DC, it's the 30th, and for Marvel and independent companies, it is the 31st. Now my normal setup. I'm in a different country at the moment. The last episode was in my house. Of course, I'm in a different country. By next episode, I should be back. I'm here because I'm saying goodbye to my uncle. So that's why I'm not home. That's why you don't see the set. You don't see the plush. You don't see the comic of the week. I haven't read last week's comics because I haven't been in America. So there we go. I just want to get this done. So you have an episode. I feel like consistency is key for my YouTube channel, and I like being consistent at least. We're gonna go to the first book of the week, which is a DC comic. We got Batman slash Catwoman #4, written by Tom King. Art and cover art by Clay Mann. Colors and cover art as well is done by Tomo Murray and letter by Clayton Coles, and designer is by Darren Robinson. The price of the book is $4.99, and before I go to the description of the book, it is a Black Label book, so it's not for your regular. It's not set in the main timeline. Also, it's Tom King with Black Label book, so it's not always going to be for your youngest kid. So if you like Batman, read it. If you like Tom King's work, read it. If not, skip it. It's not going to deal with anything else in the main DC timeline. And we're going to go to the description of the book. Bat and Cat, Chapter 4. The Joker has hidden a bomb in Gotham, but there might be a bigger explosion if Batman proves his suspicions true, and Catwoman actually knows where it is. It's a dangerous secret that threatens to destroy the couple's relationship in its early days, and is going to reverberate through their time together. In the present day, it will affect how Selina handles Andrea Beaumont, aka Phantasm, who has a vendetta to carry out against the clown prince of crime, fueled by the righteous fury of a mother who lost her son. And this whole chain of events is what ultimately leads to Catwoman killing the Joker in the future, a secret she can't keep from her daughter Batwoman much longer, particularly now that Old Man Penguin is involved. Now, yes, so this will deal. This is what I don't like about Tom King's Batman slash Catwoman at the moment. It goes from past, present, the DC present and future. Um, I wish they would just, put you like, okay, this chapter is the past, and like the last few pages will be the future, or this is something that's going to happen in the past. This happened in the past that affected the present, that will ultimately lead to the future. I it's a little bit tough for me to read sometimes. I will say that it's enjoyable, but I think it's more of a read to trade book than a single issue book. Again, this is 12 issues, so we're only like a third of the way through. Now, of course, if you like Batman, just get it. If not, just pick up the first issue and then you decide yourself if it's a good jumping on point or not. I say no for me. But we're gonna go move on to another book. We're gonna move on to Marvel Comics. We're gonna go to Beta Ray Bill #1, written by. Oh, this is a lot. Okay, it's written, drawn, cover arted by Daniel Warren Johnson, colors by Mike Spicer. The price of the book is $4.99, and this is a description of the book. From the pages of Donny Cates' Thor and spinning out of the events of King of Black, the second most famous wielder of Mjolnir, the right-hand man to the god of thunder, and now a warrior without his best weapon, Beta Ray Bill is tired of playing second fiddle to Thor. With Bill's famous hammer Stormbreaker recently destroyed at the new Allfather's hands, tensions are higher than ever. The Corviknight must strike out in search of a new weapon and a new destiny, assuming he can first defeat a nullified Fin Fang Foom. Writer slash artist Daniel Warren Johnson from Extremity and Murder Falcon, and colors Mike Spicer take Beta Ray Bill on a journey beyond the shadow of a god. Plus, this oversized first issue contains an exclusive conversation between Johnson and Beta Ray Bill's creator, the legendary Walter Simonson. So yes, I'm excited for this book because I love Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill is like my favorite character that's in the space cosmos that deals with Thor. I fell in love with him with the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, and ever since then, I'm like, I would love to see Beta Ray Bill in a movie. I would love to see him in a movie. Hopefully, we get him in Thor. There's been rumblings about that. And to see one of my favorite artists and writers, Daniel Warren Johnson, I am so hyped. I got to meet Daniel Warren Johnson at C2E2 last year, and such a nice guy, awesome guy. If you see him in conventions, go to him. He's awesome, and we got to talk a little bit, and I enjoyed my talk. And funny enough, no one was there. I was the only person there. No, there was another guy there, and then I was second line. But like nobody was there because if you didn't know, I'm gonna sidetrack a little bit. He wrote Wonder Woman Dead Earth. He also drew it. That book is amazing. And that's part of my favorite Wonder Woman book. And to see him do something for Marvel and to see him tackle Beta Ray Bill, I think this will elevate him. So I'm excited. This is probably my pick of the week. This will probably be the pick of the week, but we'll see when I read it when I get back home. We're gonna go move on to the next book, and yes, it's a good jumping off point. So, Beta Ray Bill #1, get it. Marvel, we got another Marvel book. We got Captain America #28, written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, art by Leonard Kirk, colors by Matt Miller, letter by Joe Sabino, cover art by Alex Ross. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. All Die Young, Part 8, Skull Fracture. Not a recommend. I don't recommend this book. I read the whole run from Ta-Nehisi Coates. It is dropping to me in aspects. It's a book I'm not enjoying as much anymore. I was really looking forward to it, but it's just not for me anymore. And I know Ta-Nehisi Coates is leaving Black Panther. I think he might be ending his Captain America run as well. I wonder who tackles it. I hope they do something interesting with Cap. Ta-Nehisi Coates, he had it and then kind of lost it. And sorry for the background noise because again, not my house. I'm doing other stuff, so you hear some rumblings. Can't do anything much about it. But not a good jumping out point. But we're gonna move on to the next book. We got an independent comic. We got Image. We got Crossover #5, written by Donny Cates. Art and cover art by Jeff Shaw. Colors by D. Kunife. Letter by John J. Hill. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Kids, Love Chains Part 5. Finally, it's all come to this. What awaits our heroes at Ground Zero? What is the nefarious Father Lowe up to in that basement of his? Who the hell is narrating this book? Where am I? What's happening? Find out in Kids Love Chains Part 5. So, yes, it is. We got one more issue, and then the first story arc for Crossover is done. Now, Crossover was what if all these comics became real and joined our world and they had a battle, and now the world doesn't have comics anymore. And the first issue was okay. As I'm reading it, it's getting along better. Of course, we're not going to get the major two to play with each other, so Donny Cates is just like writing whatever you wrote in the past, which I don't mind. I mean, I like Donny Cates as a writer. He's cool, so to see him write that and to pitch this kind of idea, which if he could pitch this, he could pitch other stuff with Marvel and DC. Maybe I could see him tackle something with DC in the future. But yes, I like this book. Do I recommend it? No, it's already going far away. This will be better for trade read, and I know issue 7 will have is a new story arc as well. So there we go. And also in issue 7, Chip Zdarsky is writing for that one issue, so I'm really excited for that. And yeah, we're gonna move on to the next book. We're gonna move on to Department of Truth. Well, we're gonna go to Image Comics, of course, to Department of Truth #7, written by James Tynion IV, art by Tyler Boss, and cover art by Martin Simmons. The price of the book is $3.99. Oh God, that one is beautiful. Wind, because I'm in a very hot country right now. So, yeah. Cover art by awesome artist Martin Simmons, and of course the price is $3.99. And this is the description of the book. Deviation II. It's another deep dive into the secret archives as guest artist Tyler Boss from Four Kids Walk Into the Bank joins James Vanderford from Batman and Department of Truth to investigate sightings of a flying saucer and the strange men in black suits trying to cover up their existence. Hold on to your cows. The truth is out there. Yes. Department of Truth is what is. This is the best pitch I could give you. What if your conspiracy theories become true? What if every idea becomes true and affects the whole world? And as you keep coming with ideas, there's this whole organization trying to, make that not happen. What if your conspiracy has power? And power are words. That's the best description I could give you. And I love this book. To be honest, I was not going to pick it up. And then I've said this to my friends. Once I heard the Scott Snyder interview with Comic Historian and Comic Pop, aka Sal and Benny from Comic Historian, he said, "Yeah, I read the first four issues of Department of Truth. I think it's the best book I've read in a while." And I'm like, I need to pick it up. Pick it up. If Scott Snyder is saying it's good, it's probably good. And so far, I've enjoyed it. I've recommended it to a bunch of people, and I'm excited. So if you want to jump onto this book, I would suggest pick up issue 6. That's where kind of the new story arc begins. So there you go. Next up, we got a DC book. But before I go to DC book, now I'm gonna give this a quick as possible. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, my handles are at a random nerd 2016 and Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to know your comic book shop, the comic book shop locator is always down in the description, and also the websites I use for my information, the prices, midtowncomics.com and leagueofcomicgeeks.com. There you go. And of course, my friend who makes music, he's a wonderful person. Give him a follow as well. And we're gonna go to the first. We're gonna go to the book DC Comics. We got Flash number 768, written by Jeremy Adams, art by David LaFonte, and also Marco Santucci and Brandon Peterson, who does the cover art, and colors by Ari Prianto and Luis Guerrero, and colors and cover art by Michael Atiyeh, and letter by Steve Watts. The price of the book is $4.99, and this is the description of the book. Blink of an eye, Chapter 1. The retirement of Wally West begins after the events spanning from DC Universe Rebirth to Heroes and Crisis to Dark Knight's death metal. The former Kid Flash decides to call it quits, but the current Flash needs his former partner now more than ever. As fallout from Infinite Frontier hits the Flash, Barry Allen and Wally West must confront the past by the way of a Justice League led by Green Arrow. So there we go. Perfect jumping on point. Of course, anything that has the Infinite Frontier logo, and the bells are chiming right now. I can't stop that. But basically, yes. Infinite Frontier has hit. If you want to know what's going on with our heroes, after Death Metal, you say, I don't want to read Death Metal because it's an event. I don't like events. Read Infinite Frontier number 0, which will have its own issues as well in the future. And yeah, basically, if anything that has an Infinite Frontier logo, that's your jumping on point for most of our books. So far, it's been slow. I like that. I think coming April, I think we're gonna get more titles because they had it in the back of one of the comics. They said all these are coming out in April. I'm like, holy crap! But yes, I like it. I like my Flash book. Joshua Williamson ain't writing it at the moment. He's writing a cool Robin book, I think. So I'm down. I like Flash, so I want to see how this writer does because I have something to compare it to. And yeah, good jumping off point. We're gonna move on to the next book. We got another DC comic. We got Future State Superman / Imperial Deluxe number 3, written by Mark Russell, art by Steve Pugh, colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr., lettered by Carlos M. Mangual, and cover art by Yannick Piquet. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Part 3. Could the last day of Lecter be here already? Thanks to Lex Luthor's greed, his adopted home is on the brink of financial and planetary ruin after leaving the United Planets. Now it's up to Superman to act as champion of these people and show them there's a way through all of this. Will Lex stand down, or is this the final showdown? The future of Lexor depends on it. So this is a final Future State book. I like the first issue. It kind of made Lex look like a god. And for this, I just second issue was Superman defeated him. He tricked him, and he quit the planetary planets, and it's fine. I think it is one of the forgettable titles. Again, Future State ended, so we haven't had any Future State in like a month. So if people forgot about this, I don't blame them. It's an alright book. So if you like the whole Future State like book, you can pick it up. I say trade. It'll be a lot easier on your wallet. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next book, which is by Bolt Comics. We got Giga #3, written by Alex Pagnadel, art and cover art by John Lee, and colors by Rosh and letter by Adita Bidikar. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Evan's oldest friend returns to find the prosthetics she once built transformed into her doppelganger. Mason and the Order of the Red Relay investigate an elephant graveyard of towering Giga remains. So yes, Giga. It's what if robots became gods and then got slowly forgotten? Oh, that's my cousin's dog. Sorry. But yeah, Giga, it's really enjoyable. I just wish this book came out on time because God, this book was supposed to come out 2 weeks ago. Because I put it in the thumbnail and everything, and then I went to my comic book shop, and I'm like, oh, it got delayed, and I already put it up on the podcast. So yeah, it got delayed. Diamond, for the love of God, fix your stuff. Yeah, okay. Whew. Sorry, had to open the door for my cousin's girlfriend. No, my cousin's boyfriend. Sorry. So yeah, Giga. Just talking about Giga. Yes, it's a good book. It's on issue 3. If you want to pick up issue 1 through 2, pick it up because this book's pretty good. Oh, sorry. I went up and down the stairs right now. So yes, we're gonna go move on to the next book. We got a independent comic. We got Aftershock Comics. I Breathe the Body #3, written by Zach Thompson. Art and cover art by Andy McDonald. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. A science fiction horror series about social media, big tech, and influencer culture. Grisly live streams descend into utter perversion, providing to the world there are fates worse than death. As Anne architects a social media campaign of looming dread, she begins to doubt her actions and fear her co-workers, locked in a terror-shrouded fortress of her own design, and nowhere left to run, and confronts the fury of a fungal god long thought dead. I Breathe the Body. Okay, I like this book. It's creepy. It's utterly disgusting, but in this artistic way. And it's the perversion of social media. And it's just like, what if this celebrity dies, and what if he keeps living on as this social media god? It's just weird perversion. It's creepy. It just deals with morals. Like, is this right? Does this company have a right to still make money off this person who's dead? And I just like comics that make me think, and that's what I like about comics now more than superheroes. I'm enjoying ideas better than superheroes. I like superheroes. I really like superheroes, but this independent comics, I'm just enjoying more and more. Like this, I would never read this, and I read it. I'm like, I like it. It makes you think. But is this a good enough monopoly? No, pick up issue 1. Issue 1 will help you a lot more to understand issue 2 as well. It's just, I recommend it. We're going to go move on to a Marvel comic. We king in Black Ghost Rider #1, written by Ed Brisson, art by Juan Frigeri, cover art by Will Slaney. The price of the book is $4.99, and this is a description of the book. The war for Hell's Throne meets the King in Black. All Ghost Rider wants is to destroy Mephisto, round up an army of escaped demons, and secure his seat on the throne of Hell. Is that too much to ask? But now a dark god from space has shown up to throw the world into chaos, and some of Johnny's old friends have come to ask for his help. It may take everything they've got to stop this madness, maybe even the devil himself. So yes, I like Ghost Rider. To see Ghost Rider in the book again, cool. I mean, Absolute Carnage had a Ghost Rider tie-in. I was not surprised that when they announced it, I'm like, when they announced King in Black, I'm like, Ghost Rider's probably gonna have tie-in. And lo and behold, Ghost Rider tie-in. I like it. I think Donny Cates would write a really good Ghost Rider. He did Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I think he would write a really good Ghost Rider. Someone for Marvel, let him write Ghost Rider. Let him elevate. For love of God, I need Ghost Rider. I like Ghost Rider. Okay, all right. Good jumping off one, yeah. I mean, it's only one issue, so yeah. We're gonna go move on to the next book. We got, of course, another Marvel. We got King in Black: Return of the Valkyries, #4, written by Jason Aaron, Turan Grumbeck, art by Nina Vakuva, and cover art by Mattia de Lulis. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Return of the Valkyries Part 4. The Last Ride of the Valkyries. Brunhilde, Jane Foster, Danny Moonstar, and Hildegarde. I can't say that name. And the mysterious stranger who's worn the title longer than any of them. The Valkyries are united, and at last they have a plan. But so does the King in Black. Every soul in existence is at stake, including the Valkyries' own. So, this is, of course, written by Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron wrote the Valkyries, Jane Foster Valkyries. He wrote his 5-year long run on Thor, and I like Jane Foster, of course. I didn't mind her story, and to see her take over the mantle of a Valkyrie, cool. Not a good jumping off point. They're gonna have a miniseries after this, so I'm not too worried. So if you read it, if you read this, like, I want to know what Jane Foster's in. This was your story. If not, the main book that's gonna come out, that's a miniseries, is gonna be your thing. Next up, we got we got a DC title. We got The Other History of the DC Universe #3, written by John Ridley, penciler and cover art by Giuseppe Camuncoli, inker by Andrea Cucci, and colors by Jose Villarrubia, and letter by Steve Wands, and designer by Kenny Lopez, and cover art by Marco Mastrozano. The price of the book is $6.99. And before I go to the description of the book, it is a Black Label book, so this book deals with a lot of things. This series deals with a lot of things. So if you are trying to look for something fun, read something from DC, something else. But this will dive deeper to ideas, lore, and humanity at its core. So at that head, it's not for kids. I'll say that much. And now we're going to go to the description of the book. 1983 Japan. Tatsu Yamashiro's life has been taken from her. Her home, her children, her husband are all gone. With nothing left but a burning pain and a sword that stole her family from her, Tatsu begins a long journey of healing, self-discovery, agency, and rebirth. This is the story of Tatsu Yamashiro, the woman known to many as Katana, a hero who became more than the world ever intended for her, ultimately making a family of like-minded outsiders who rallied together for the common good amidst xenophobia and oppression. The long-awaited miniseries written by Academy Award-winning writer John Ridley from 12 Years a Slave and Let It Fall, and beautiful illustrated by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Andrea Cucci, continues to look at the mythology of the DC Universe as seen through the prisms of the DC superheroes who come from traditionally disenfranchised groups. So yes, I like Katana. Well, not. I'll say that much. I like Katana. So to see her get a issue about herself, her history, I'm down. The good thing about this book is you could just pick it up. It doesn't follow each other. It's its own story. It just stays on its own. You pick it up and you're like, I like this chapter. We had Black Lightning. We had the Guardian and Bumblebee, and now we're having Katana. And I do believe the next one is what? Sorry, I'm looking it up. The Question, Renee Montoya. So I'm down. John Ridley, pretty good. I like his stuff. So not all of it hits me the same, but I do enjoy his stuff.
So we're going to go move on to another DC book. We got Strange Adventures number 9, written by Tom King. Art and cover art by Mitch Gerards. And art, and of course cover art, because art as well, and he does a cool variant. And then Shanner, and letter by Clayton Cowles. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Chapter 9, the Pickets are attacking Earth. As the only warrior in all the cosmos to ever defeat them, Adam Strange leads the planet's mightiest heroes in an all-out war. The only thing is evidence is mounting that Adam's victory on Rand may not have been everything he says it was. There is time unaccounted for, circumstances left unexplained. Even Batman has started to wonder about his friend. Sure, they are fighting side by side right now, but who will answer for all the things that got them there? Well, Lana Strange, of course. It's time for a Ranian princess to go out and set the record straight. The hit series continues on a bi-monthly schedule. Okay. It's super late to jump on the book, so I will tell you this. Get the trade. Easier on your wallet. If you've been reading along, good for you. If not, a lot has happened to Adam Strange. Lies, corruption, and death. But I like Adam Strange, so to see someone do something with him, I'm always down. But yeah, not a good jumping on point. Next up, we got the next two final books are Marvel. So, okay. What I was saying? Oh yeah, the next two books are Marvel, and sorry for the editing. I had to answer a phone and I had to answer a door. So the things you want from a podcast. Oh yeah, we got the next two books are Marvel. We got U.S. Agent number 4, written by Christopher Priest, penciled by Georges Gianti, inker by Carl Story, colors by Matt Miller, letter by Joe Sabino, designer by Stacy Zucker, and cover art by Marco Cicchetto. I love the covers by Marco Cicchetto. The price of the book is $3.99, and of course, this is the description of the book. American Zealot Chapter 4, conflicting visions of America intersect in a small mining town where long-buried shield secrets are unearthed, forcing a confrontation between John Walker and his own sister, who has commandeered powerful weaponry she is poised to unleash on the temple Walker has sworn to protect. It's a 5-issue miniseries. I have not enjoyed it. I like U.S. Agent, but not a lot. So I said, okay, this is coming out right when Falcon Winter Soldier is coming out. I wish they would just call it Winter Soldier and Captain America Winter Soldier, because we know Sam Wilson is going to become Captain America. I mean, it's already been announced. But yeah. I said, okay, John Walker, don't know much about him. I'll read his book. I read the book. I'm like, okay, the first issues are good. What was the second issue? God, that was a bit of a train wreck. But it's 5 issues, so if you want to read it. If not, easier in your wallet, trade. Next month it will be done. So there we go. Next up to the final book of the week, we got X-Men number 19, written and the head of X himself, Jonathan Hickman, art by Mohamed Asrar, colors and cover art by Sonny Go, letter by Clayton Coles, designer by Tom Mueller, and cover art by Lenil Francis Yu. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Escape the Vault. That's all you know. That's what I like about Jonathan Hickman. His descriptions are just one sentence or just a couple words. I'm excited. We're finally getting stuff from the Vault. They've been there for like 10 issues. So the Vault story continuing on, and that's it, guys. That's the issue 18 is a jumping on point. There you go. But yeah, that's the end of the show, everyone. Thank you for watching and listening. As always, if you got any questions, just ask me anytime on Twitter or Instagram. And of course, as always, everyone, take care in this crazy world, and please be careful. And as always, peace.